I'm Amelia. I'm doing a video about anxiety and panic attacks. I thought that I was the only one that suffered from it. When you're in that state, you kind of feel like you're the only one and that you're quite alone. Um, since I had Hugo, which is my son, it kind of got a lot worse, but I was able to cope with it, but it was quite bad. I used to panic over anything small, but then it would turn into really, really bad panic, so I wouldn't be able to keep still. Like, I'd just go in a really, really bad state. I've had anxiety since I was like 7, so when I was quite young, I suffered from it anyway. The weirdest thing about it is I don't actually know why I have it. I just do. I kind of like question myself every day. I think, why me? Like, why have I got it? It's just so awful. And physically, it's quite horrible what it can do to your body. I've been in out of hours once because I actually thought that I was like ill because my heart was racing, I was sweating, like I felt sick. I actually thought that I was quite poorly. And the crazy thing about it is it can actually make you poorly. So if you go into really bad panic and then you think that because you're panicking, you think that literally the worst thing is going to happen to you. So yeah, there's been quite a few times where I thought I was actually quite ill from it. And sometimes days after that I've actually had a panic attack, or days after I've suffered from like a really bad like patch of anxiety, then I won't eat for days. I actually won't. So yeah, that's quite hard. It's hard to deal with, but I've never really agreed with the fact of getting onto like tablets or anything like that for it. So I've always been able to like deal with it myself and just breathe through it or go on a walk. Walking for me really helps. I can't be in like a tight space with people because it just makes it really bad for me. So walking helps me, and just, I know it's hard, but breathing, which, to be honest with you, I don't really think it works. So for me, I just find my own sort of like techniques on what works for me. But yeah, it is horrible, and I think it can affect your daily life. It can affect how you are on a daily basis and what you do. And yeah, it's just really hard. I mean, when you have a child and you want to do all these things and you try, and it's just like you're trying so hard that it's, I don't know, your body just can't do it. But yeah, I've had it since I was 7, so recently I've gone to the doctors and I'm thinking of maybe going on something, just because I have to look after my son every day and I need to be able to do things with him and be happy and be able to concentrate on making him happy. And I constantly feel guilty when I have these attacks or when I have anxiety because I just don't want to let him down. And I know I'm not, but that's how it feels. Luckily, my family are a great help. Like my mum, she's amazing. My dad's really good, and my sister, my brother. So they've helped me out like a lot recently while I've been able to get back on track. Um, I just think there's a lot of people out there that kind of hide from it and don't say anything, which is, I found that it's just made me worse. Like, I've kept quiet about it for a long time. Like, I never went to the doctors. I never really like addressed the problem. I just ignored it. But now I think addressing it is the right thing to do. Recently my mum told me that there was a book out that this girl wrote. It's called Breaking Mad, The Inside's Guide to Conquering Anxiety. Now, I haven't actually read it yet, and apparently it's really good. It's like a bestseller book. It's all about anxiety, like a woman that suffered really badly with it and how she like dealt with it. So there is a lot of people out there that suffer from the same thing, and I think it's just being able to talk to the right people and actually like, because I feel like if you talk to people that have the same problem or have the same like anxiety and all that, then you can relate. But a lot of my friends don't, and I haven't been able to go out and meet them. I haven't been able to like do things that I'd love to do normally. It's just put me in such a bad place. And I started with the panic really badly about 2 weeks ago now, so I've had it quite bad, and I've only just